What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I'm Ron, and today we have the most anticipated live stream I can remember. We are gathered here today for an FFPC main event, $2,000 live draft, tight end premium, redraft managed league. We did this last year, and I do want to say at the top, we are all buddies here. There is going to be some heated arguments. Anything that is said here, that's the beauty of these streams, that we can be honest with each other, because at the end of the day, we're all good friends. We have Jacob. We have Liam. How's it going, everybody?
I'm doing great. I do think there's going to be some arguments. We pulled, I think, the best spot in the draft, the 12 hole. Unfortunately for the chat, we had the foresight to actually plan some of these arguments. So I think we're somewhat on the same page. We're excited here. We're hoping for some guys to follow us. Jacob, how you doing?
Doing good, man. I couldn't agree more about the 12. I love being in the late rounds regardless, but on a draft where you're trying to meld three minds together, the opportunity to make picks in tandem with more knowledge about what's actually happening in your draft, I think is a pretty big advantage versus, when you're in the middle. Sometimes I love being in the middle when it's my solo team and you can be more flexible. But when we're trying to find a way to reach consensus, I think it really, really helps to have those two spots back to back. And if the choice is 1 or 12, I love the 12.
And we're co-streaming this, Ron and myself. So feel free to jump between. Someone says I have the best thumbnails. Just totally stole Ron's thumbnail for this.
People complaining about the thumbnail. I saw somebody in Jacob's replies. It's just like, look, man. These are, we got 450 people in here already, which is nuts. It's just, look, they bring in people. It is what it is. Still, I don't know. I don't even really want to comment on what's going on in the draft. But
this is tight end premium.
Ready to rip.
So
People
we're going
forget.
to see.
I'd say the first 5 drafters forgot, actually.
Yeah, there's
people are forgetting right now.
Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. Pretty Ron, I was surprised you chose Jefferson for the thumbnail, a player that was never ever going to make it to our draft.
No, he just wanted.
I didn't want to tip anything.
Grill, and he didn't want to tip any picks.
You didn't want to do a little Kyron Williams on the phone.
It was kind of sharp. It was sharp.
No, never that.
Yeah,
never that. 106 Genty, love it already.
Genty at 6. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see.
All by myself, getting his guys.
All right.
Well, there goes our plan.
People behind the curtain. We have, I would say, more strenuously planned out the first 4 rounds of this draft than any other, and I'm excited to see if people fall to make that all just leave. Which all I'll say is that for the plan we've sketched out as our plan A, good start.
Yeah, I would say Jacob is sitting at the edge of his seat.
By the way, if both the guys at the top of our queue are there, I want both of them.
Yeah. Firmly agree. Don't think that's gonna happen, but
you never know. Never know.
This is my favorite. I always love coming in Ron and Liam's chats because most of the time I play home games. I'm either on my own podcast or I'm with Davis or with Peter, with Pat, or whatever, where people I think generally are fans of mine. I love coming on Ron's and I get comments like, "Can't stand Jacob, but here for this vibe."
Everybody be nice to Jacob.
To play an away game. It's nice.
Jacob is the man.
Someone on Twitter
be nice to my guests.
Oh my God.
Man.
All right.
Someone on Twitter said in response to me saying Caleb Johnson's not going to be a good pick, they said, I hope I get cancer.
All right, and then HN goes. All right.
I want Puka Nico.
Puka Nico. Everybody, I think we're all in lockstep there.
Go.
All right, we're going to draft Puka first. We don't want to help them out with any ADP. And this is the dream. I think the dream for us would have been getting McBride. We'll have to figure out tight end later. We have plans, but 2 wide receivers who could simply be number 1 wide receivers in football this year. Feels good.
Yeah, I'm super pumped with that. I think we had all agreed that McBride. We assumed Bowers was not going to make it, and we had assumed we had made McBride the plan A. But I think we were a little less in consensus on who the next wide receiver would have been. Puka Nico, though, is I think that gets the good vibes starting for sure.
If Puka went 11, could I have talked you guys into H and Nico?
I would have been both.
Me, yes. I think Liam would have been that's where we would have had internal friction. I'm glad it went the way it went. We got through 2 rounds with no arguments. Good for us. Bad for the chat.
We're gonna have a lot of air to fair.
You were probably arguments, and we were all aligned.
That's the thing about the 12 hole is you make 2 picks, so like you don't have to worry about tipping your hand. But
yeah,
I mean, this feels pretty good. Who would you guys have been between Neighbors, Brian Thomas, and Amon-Ra? I'm assuming you guys would have been Neighbors, which is fine.
I would have been
probably
like
Neighbors.
Totally ambivalent between Neighbors.
We're in an interesting room here, fellas. It's all.
I don't think pulling Bucky up is crazy at all.
I don't think it's crazy, but we're in an interesting room. Is all I'll say.
Eagles old
Bowers, man, God, 109. That's my hesitation pick. On. I know that you want to get Bowers in every single one of your drafts, Jacob, and I think honestly this gap here is a nice spot for you to get on your soapbox. But I guess you want to get 100% and you want to get every combination possible. But like, if I know I'm gonna get Bowers 105, 106, 107, like I've done now. This is my 4th FFPC draft so far, and I'm yet to see Bowers. I think go like top 3.
Yeah, I have on my first. So I've done 2 mains with the ship chasing people that are slow drafts. One is currently in progress. We have Bowers in both of those.
Slows?
Yeah, we do. Well, we did the mini-sodes. I don't know. I'm saying me like I've ever been on them before this year, but now that I am, we do the mini-sodes, and then we do one with Steph Miller halfway through. So we took Bowers at 1-3 in the first one. We took Bowers at 1-5 in the second one, and yeah, your attitude is like correct. If you want to get a slightly above market exposure to Bowers and you're doing 8 to 10 main events, you can definitely get 2 or 3 getting them from the 5 to 8 range, 5 to 9 range. If your goal is to get Bowers in every single draft, then you have to take him every single time you can. And that is my goal.
I did a main event in May by myself, and I got Bowers at like 9. And I was kind of hoping it would be rare because I kind of thought like your mindset would be there. I mean, for me, it would be Chase, Lamb, Gibbs, a firm 3. And then after that, I'm fine doing Bowers or McBride. And I think McBride should go like right next to Bowers. I don't view this like chasm between them. I think they're coin flipping to be tight end 1 this year.
My attitude on McBride is mostly positive. I think that sometimes I come off as anti-McBride, but I'm like clearly ahead of ADP on him. I have McBride ranked, I think 8 right now, so I'm not against McBride. Bowers, though, I do have as my 101 in tight end premium. For the chat, yes, that is a tight end premium only take. I don't think he should go 101 on Underdog. Maybe next year.
Are we gonna break 1,000 live viewers in this round?
I think we will, but that's neither here nor there. We have 207 Kyron. This Ashton Genty team's.
He's getting.
I like his moxie.
Joe Mixon. He slammed his keyboard. Actually, I'm shocked he didn't go Derrick Henry.
People are kind of surprised. People are surprised we didn't take not what I wanted to click on. People are surprised we didn't take Neighbors. I just feel like he's in a worse offense than Puka and Nico. I get that he is potentially a better player than both.
I don't think he is. Nico has the highest yards per route run in the entire NFL over the last 2 years. I believe Puka's second. He might be third behind AJ Brown, but he's second or third.
Neighbors moves different though.
I guess to me that's a little fancy play syndrome. Like I think all 3 of these guys are roughly equivalent talents. I think you could even make the argument that Puka and Nico are better, frankly, today. And both Puka and Nico play with very good pocket quarterbacks. And Neighbors plays with probably multiple quarterbacks this season, both of whom scramble around. It's just not as good of a setup, I think, as Puka and Nico, which is just locked and loaded.
I mean, if Puka and Nico were going at like the 106, 105, 104, I wouldn't blink an eye. I think it's just like running back fever. People have the wrong takeaways from last year that like you got to slam Bijan, you know, going these wide receivers and then getting your running backs later, totally viable. So I don't know. Neighbors, like in the first round, you got to think about the downside too. And
Metcalf, all right.
Wow. All
That
right.
works for me.
Get Aaron Rodgers too, man. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah. I will go ahead and say that whoever we draft at the wide receiver position at the 5-6 turn will be a player that I have ranked ahead of DK Metcalf.
Well,
You
and
sure?
Jacob, that kind of what we were talking about before. You should kind of look at how this draft is going and think like there's gonna be some guys we like there.
I think so. Yeah. There's like still a weird look. I was this guy a little bit in his rookie year. There's still like a Nico isn't, or sorry, there's still like a Puka isn't actually that good hive out there in the world, and I think those people need to watch some ball. Personally, I used to be, I mean, not a Puka doubter in the sense that I thought he was worse, but like the guy is unbelievable. It's not just that he wins on the short and breaking stuff. Like he absolutely mosses dudes on the sidelines all the time. He can win downfield. He can win in the intermediate. Like he just absolutely rocks.
Yeah, his per route stuff is nuts. It just comes down to are we where are we at on the Stafford stuff? Because it was like the sky is falling, but now he's going to practice tomorrow. It seems like
I'm not worried about it. I mean, could it be serious? Sure, but he's had this back injury forever. I think he's practicing Monday. Even if you had to deal with Jimmy G for a bit, what's he going to throw for? Like 230 passing yards a game with McVay?
Yeah.
Like, is it ideal? No, but Puka's still firmly a first-round pick, even if it's Stetson Bennett, whatever.
I'll put it this way: like if we knew that Jimmy G was the quarterback the entire year, where would you draft Puka? And it's like probably behind neighbors Amon-Ra BTJ. I think I would still take him in the mid-second. So like
Ahead
if
of
that's
London,
the worst
AJ
case
Brown.
scenario, if that's the worst case scenario to me is like a mid-second player, then you're getting 80% of the Stafford is just playing upside almost for free. So I'm not that concerned.
And this year, I mean, it's not the biggest thing with the main event game theory, but like this year, main event drafts did open in May. So there is some portion of drafts done where Puka was going at the 107, where you simply couldn't get these kind of starts. I'm assuming, like, I don't understand why Nico's firmly a second round pick according to FFPC. I'm assuming it's like Big O line that's doing that. I don't really know.
I mean, the Mixon stuff. If you're buying the Mixon FUD, and I am, they have a new OC this year who I think is going to be more adaptable and less dogmatic about the run pass stuff. I think he'll probably fit scheme to town a little bit more. And if their running back situation is Nick Chubb and Woody Marks, like they're going to be a plus PROE team. I think they have to be if they have any interest in moving the football. So,
damn it.
Oh,
fuck's sake.
that's literally why Bobby was fired, right? PFF Bobby.
PFF Bobby.
I think he got fired mostly for being incompetent, but
yeah. There's a lot of mixing. it was just a lot of
pass is incompetent, right?
Yeah, but he was incompetent in like several ways.
Okay, gentlemen, here's where we got to talk. Do we want to do first and second option? Do we want to do Jaden? I'm not really worried about this guy taking Jaden. What are you guys thinking?
My vote would be the running backs, but with two wide receivers, I'm not that against the Jaden pick.
I'd be the running backs too.
All right, Jaden goes anyway.
Jaden goes. So are we cool with Cook and Henderson?
I think so.
All right.
That'd be my vote.
This was a tough. Let's just use the clock here.
Should we pretend to be upset about it just to like give the chat some entertainment?
Well,
value?
this is where we had the biggest debate where Jacob really wants Ken Walker. I think vibes are weird with Brees, where I think I'm still Brees over Walker. And I mean, I don't know, like Brees has outs to getting traded where like who cares about this Jet stuff? I think I don't know. Jacob, talk about your guy, Ken Walker.
Yeah, I mean, I love Walker. That would be my pick, but I'm content with the route that we kind of decided on. I think that Walker is the best rushing talent available here. And I think of all of the guys remaining, he's the one that you can squint and see, oh, it's week one, and he just had an 81% snap rate. And they're building the entire offense around him. I think he's an incredible fit for what Kubiak wants to do in his scheme, where instead of a lot of the choices being up to Ken Walker to sort his way through gaps, which is not his strength, they're going to get him moving outside in motion, and he's going to be able to be put in positions to just dunk on fools in the open field. I think it's an incredible scheme to talent fit. He's a massive flag plant for me this year. So yeah, if it was my team solo, I would have been Walker and Henderson. But I like James Cook. So I'm not that upset about it by any stretch.
For me, it's like, okay, Walker, like, I like Walker, the talent. He's a home run hitter. We like that. So is Cook on a simply better team, right? Josh Allen is not going to steal 14 rushing touchdowns every single year. Maybe he does again this year, but my read is that they're still going to give him some QB.
Cook have like 17 touchdowns last year. He's going to have more than
and I think like the nerds kind of just hate Cook because he scored too many touchdowns, where the difference between
because the snap rate sucks.
Right. And the year before it was he doesn't play goal line, right? So and then that changed, right? He did. So could Cook get more snaps? He certainly wants to play more third downs. Does he have downside? Absolutely. But the difference between Cook and Brees, if Brees is losing snaps to Isaiah Davis and Braylon, is Cook's team's going to average 30 points a game, and the Jets could be like one of the worst teams in the league, right? And then Henderson, I mean, I don't know if we would have done this before preseason games, so like that's where I'm not like fully with it, but simply a fun pick. Seems like the next Gibbs,
I'll say this on Cook. I think that a lot of times, like when Liam says, "Oh, the nerds never like James Cook," that's like partially true. But I will say, for me personally, I was extremely overweight James Cook last year. He was a priority piece for me. What's changed to me is this year he's going even higher, and I view him as a worse bet. Like last year, my thesis was they're way undervaluing the Bills' backfield. I wrote a whole piece on the Bills' backfield and why I thought it was really undervalued. And I felt like if Cook was in the role he ended up being in, he could still smash just through the total value of the team backfield. And there was upside where he could just be kind of a workhorse. I think now, having seen last year, it's nice that 90th percentile outcome hit within the construct of what the offense was. But now I don't really see the upside for the role expansion. Like Ray Davis is good. He's going to have somewhat of a role on early downs. Ty Johnson's a great third down back. He's going to have, I don't think he's just one guy. Charbonnet's just going to play on third downs. I'm not that worried about him in the way that Cook has.
There is some chance Charbonnet is like a 1B. Like, I don't think it's just like full go Ken Walker's 1A.
But that's like based off of kind of nothing. We've never seen Walker and Charbonnet under Mike McDonald play as a 1A and 1B. Every time Walker was in there last year, he was getting absolutely fed. Cook didn't hit a 50% snap rate over the entire second half of the season. So to me,
he was like the best. He was the best player on the field in that Chiefs game for the Bills.
Sure, but he was often the best player on the field, but he was the best player on the field for like 43% of the snaps.
I think just to chime in for a second. This is I'm glad you're calling on me here. So here's the thing. I like Walker as well. And Walker would have been the pick for me, but I also kind of concede that James Cook going into his fourth year, we see running backs smash in this range. He's in a good offense. He catches passes. So like from a macro view, like James Cook is a solid pick. I think the issue is like he scored so many touchdowns last year and he was still just like the RB11 or RB9. Like it feels like he's maxed out there. And then with Walker, we already have seen like it was like a 5-game stretch where he was a true bell cow. I know that they changed OCs, but it seems like McDonald's MO is to make Walker that bell cow that he was for that stretch last year. And I don't know that we've seen a stretch like that from Cook, where he comes out there and is like a, 70% plus opportunity share guy. So that's my holdup. It's just that like Cook hit the nuts in terms of touchdowns last year, and it's still, he didn't like crush. It is kind of the holdup for me.
I mean, I think it's
like his weekly upside.
Yeah, I think it's coin flipping.
Upside's fun, and he's with the Bills. Good offensive line, like good offense. Like this is where he goes in this format.
Why didn't we just take Walker if you're Walker over Cook? That's two votes. Where were you the last hour?
Well, we've taken Walker on these teams before, and he sucked. And then
he was good last year. He just got hurt.
We've done Brees and Walker, and I was like,
we've done so much Brees Walker.
Take someone else different this year.
All
right. No, like
people in the chat saying we could have done Cook Walker. I think Henderson, and I should speak on the preseason game. I don't care that he took back the kick return 100 yards. That was really cool.
You don't, but others do a lot, right?
I just want to be clear. Like I do care about the preseason game in the sense that he played even snaps to Ramondre Stevenson in week 1 of the preseason with the starters. That's what I care about. Like I was a little concerned that Henderson might just be unstartable for the first few weeks, and then it would be a really slow ramp up. That's not going to be the case. it seems like he's going to be at least a low-end RB2, high-end flex starting week 1 if he's already in an even timeshare with Stevenson. And then opportunity to grow into hopefully a league winner over the course of the season. That did change my view on him, and I moved him up. The kick return was just showing off why Travion Henderson is an absolute baller, but I feel like some of us already knew.
I would have been against Cook Walker because, like, you know, the Walker hit season is going to be him catching a ton of balls a game too. You know, like, but just getting high targets.
All right, so this you were saying walk over Brees. Like, here's where like the triangle happened. Is you were saying walk over Brees. Yeah. I'm very much spooked on Brees. I don't want any more Brees. My bags are fucking packed on Brees, and I do want to defend myself. I'm not just like folding to Liam's will here. I have Kenneth Walker. I just did a rankings update today. I have Walker 36. I have Cook 37th. I know I'm going to get tons of Walker this offseason. I already have my bags packed with him. Cook, when you think about it, again, from like a macro view, he's on a great offense. He's a good player, and he's young. I'm not opposed to being exposed to him here as just like, you know, this is a team with Liam. We'll get our bill in. To me, it's kind of a coin flip between both. They both project like very similarly. And Walker has a downside like doomsday scenario where this Seahawks offense just sucks. And that's what kills me with Walker. I would love to be like super all in, but there's very much a chance that like Sam Darnold sucks, Jalen Milroe sucks, the offensive line sucks, Kubiak sucks. Like, and it could just be we like the player, but the situation is so brutal. And again, it's something that I think Jacob touched on Twitter, where like the situation matters for running backs. And it's why, you know, a lot of us got killed with Saquon last year. Like, I love Walker. I love the talent. I love the potential workload. But like the Seahawks could just be a slow pace defense first, and the offense could really be tough sledding. So he's somebody that I could see us like being really frustrated with. And I at least think I don't like shooting for floor with running back, but I do struggle to see how like James Cook is like a holy shit. This is a brutal pick here, you know?
I think James Cook has a really safe floor, and I think he has a limited ceiling season long, but he does have a really, really high ceiling weekly, is my view. And I'm not like, I kind of feel the same with you, Ron, which is why I didn't fight it as hard as like,
yeah,
I'm going to draft Ken Walker all the time. I have him at 29 in my redraft rankings. I will draft Ken Walker on every single team that I have the opportunity to draft Ken Walker, basically. So if this will be the only chance that I have to draft James Cook, and I think he's fine.
Me too.
I just think also, like, you know, Charbonnet, he's a young guy. There's a real chance that he does get a lot more 1B-ish role. And Charbonnet is simply a better player than Ray Davis, right? Like, I like Ray Davis. Everyone likes Ray Davis.
So.
You know, is it possibility Ray Davis gets the goal line work for the Bills if Josh Allen stops stealing touchdowns? Sure. But Cook can regress like 6 touchdowns and pick up some touchdowns from Allen and still be like, he's just an easy bet to be good. They get to play the Browns in the sprint. They get to play the Patriots in the sprint. These are 2 teams they could beat up on. And then they get the Eagles, which could be a shootout, and he could be catching passes from. So I don't know. Simply seems like a good bet on the number 1 offense in the NFL as far as who's going to score the most points. And the Bills' schedule is like super easy this year.
Running backs are flying.
All right, gentlemen, this is...
God damn it. God damn it.
Thank God. Jesus. I was supposed to have to be forced to fucking take Terry McLaurin.
I'm
with you guys
firmly Pickens. Are you guys cool with that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk about the other wide receiver. We got Zay Flowers, Travis Hunter.
Who I would like.
I mean, Travis Hunter is one of my highest draft players. I'm open to Zay, but I'm cool slamming Hunter. I just have Hunter in every draft, so I'm cool with Hunter. Ron?
No consideration on James Conner?
I'm open to that.
I don't think it's a terrible pick, but I would have liked it more if we didn't already have 2 running backs. I think it's fine. I think let's put Pickens at the top of the queue because I think we're all in agreement on Pickens at least, right?
Well,
here's my main case for Conner.
Wide receivers we love for multiple rounds.
Here's my main
Ron,
case with
of
Conner.
the wide. Sorry, just quick. Of the wide receivers, do you like Pickens the most? Because then we can debate Conner versus the others. Or do you like?
Yes, I like Pickens the most.
Okay,
so
Ron,
Pickens top
I'm
of the
going
queue,
to
and
type
then
something.
we can
Read the private chat, Ron.
Here's all I'll say about Conner is we're not going to have Henderson for week 14 in the championship. And then also with Conner, I feel like we can get a faster start if Henderson slow starts. And then I think we're going to like receivers later.
There's a lot of merit to Conner, and we are like, you know,
but doing Conner over Travis Hunter is sickening as well.
Player in the history of football. And we don't even need to rely on him to be our wide receiver 4. I'm firmly Hunter, but I don't like. I won't throw a fit.
I
if we
mean,
do Connor,
Hunter's
but I
like
just
my
think
highest
Hunter's
drafted
the guy.
player, so like I'm cool with it, obviously.
I haven't gone Hunter yet in the main. He's my favorite
Is
player
it
in the world.
just for the FFPC? It's shocking that Connor's available with this Trey Benson stuff. Is like that's why he's here.
Be cool
Like,
one time, bro. Be cool one time.
I'm Hunter, Ron. Like if
All right, let's just go Hunter. I can't
Thank
be
God.
the fucking
Thank
James
fucking
Conner guy.
Christ.
I can't
Yes,
fucking
let's
be the
go.
James
Let's
Conner.
fucking go.
Here's the only thing I'll say. Like
Best player in football history on our fucking team, winning
don't
us
need
$1 million.
we didn't think Connor would be there, and the only reason he is there is because this Trey Benson stuff. Like Kyler's being like, "Oh, Trey Benson's gonna be awesome." Everyone's like, "Trey Benson's gonna be awesome." So it's like, I want to buy that fear dip, and I know for a fact we're gonna love the wide receivers at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 11. You know, like there's some players who got banged up that
Could this
people are
rumor
not
just
gonna
take
draft.
Travis Hunter, man?
I know,
He's the
like,
only
I-
receiver
now
I
we have
couldn't
Travis
do
Hunter.
over Connor.
I would have been Connor over every wide receiver.
Every
Terry
other
McLaurin
receiver
went
besides
because
Hunter,
if
I
you
would have
maybe
said
take
Connor.
Terry McLaurin
I
over
would have
him.
too. It was a tough choice because I do
Yeah,
think
I would.
market-based Connor's a better pick if we just ignore that Hunter's awesome.
Yeah, I like James Conner. Like he's like it's an off-brand player for me to like because he's like an old running back, but he's by far my favorite old running back because his fancy stats are all incredible, and I'm overweight James Conner and I like him. If it hadn't been Pickens and Hunter there, I agree. Like I would have been fine relenting to Connor over Azay or Ridley, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Hunter is a absolutely special specimen that will define the National Football League for the next 10 years. And when I'm 71 years old, I will get to tell my grandkids about the experience that I had watching Travis Hunter play football.
The chat does.
To me, it just feels like Jamar Chase. You know, like the big reason I was in on Jamar Chase's rookie years, people are like generational prospect, and that's how Hunter feels. But yeah, like I didn't expect Pickens to be there, so nor did I expect Connor to be there. So that was a tough spot.
Would you guys have 2v1 me to take fucking Terry McLaurin over Hunter? Or like, should I be so thankful?
No,
probably
but it would have been close.
Thank God. Okay. Because if we had done Terry McLaurin over Hunter 1 year after we did Terry McLaurin over Bowers, I would have like.
But by the way, I went and looked. Terry McLaurin outscored Bowers in the sprint.
What about the rest of the season?
Well, the sprint is when
maybe we would have got to the
Jacob,
sprint.
The sprint is when you make money in these leagues. And yeah, Terry. I mean, I don't know. It was probably close.
It is funny that Terry at least was a good pick. It would have been a lot more entertaining if like
Christian Watson.
Well, the Lad Watson one. Some of the other ones that I was on the wrong side of were more decisive. At least Terry was.
I've noticed you don't have a good memory for those ones you were on the wrong side of.
Rice got hurt, so Rice and Diggs tied in sprint.
Oh, okay.
they tied right at 0.0.
I mean,
damn it, man.
I don't know. You hope you don't regret going. It's hard. You're not going to regret on the talent we have, but it's just structurally, the Connor pick was a good pick.
Structurally, I mean, we already have 2 running backs.
Yeah, but then you get 3, and you just don't need like another one at all. Almost.
This is already 2 more running backs than I like to have through 6, so I feel pretty comfortable with where we're at.
The issue is like this early, like we're gonna like receivers rest of the through round 12. We're gonna like receivers.
Yeah, but you like to have depth of receiver. Like I like to be.
And some of those guys are going to be roster cloggers.
But then sometimes you draft your. Just I've royally fucked up a 350 the other day that I lose sleep over.
You know, Ron,
we're gonna be fine.
In my head, I was a little bit Connor, but I just couldn't make myself verbally.
No, I can't. Because that is at its core the passing on Bowers thing again, and I can't do it. If the Waddle guy the 5 could have taken Hunter and we're sitting there between Waddle. Okay,
we just got a mistake. Somebody.
Who
tried
the hell
to
is Ricky?
Ball, but they tried
Ricky
to take
Person. Ricky Person.
No.
Wait.
This guy's jealous of our start, so he's trying to get it canceled.
Yo, somebody pause.
We're gonna have to pause the draft.
I'm gonna type
clearly tried to take Pearsall.
Commish, you're not.
Yo, somebody's got it. Somebody's got to get a commish help.
I prefer Richard Human personally, but
it's Ricky Person.
Ricky Person.
I'm typing in the
That's
chat. I
hilarious.
said, you're not rolling it back. He just drafted Ricky Person.
While we wait on the rollback, I want to answer the chat. It's a few questions about the vaping. Two pertinent ones. One, it's lemon lime tangerine flavored for the people wondering.
People are asking.
Two,
further.
the reason I often hit it so quickly is that I'm trying to vape less, but I still want the hand to mouth and the flavor. So I'm trying to not inhale on like 80% of the pulls. That's why we hit it so quickly.
There you go.
I hope the guy speaks up and he's like, no, I want Ricky Person. They don't realize.
This is
They don't know
insane.
about
The
Ricky.
2000,
Where would
the
Ricky
2000
Person go
big
on my
ones.
Slapsis?
This is a $2,000 draft, by the way, folks, where a guy just took Ricky Person. And if there wasn't a commissioner to roll it back, you would be stuck with that pick. And in my belief, you shouldn't be able to roll it back. You should be stuck with Ricky Person.
Ricky Person.
Why are we holding people's hands on $2,000 drafts?
Okay,
Ricky
I have some trivia on Ricky Person. What team was he most recently employed by? No looking.
I'm not aware.
Oh my God. He just said, unfortunately. Oh my God. The guy just said typo error.
No.
And then he goes, unfortunately, I cannot roll back misclicks / typos. Resuming now.
Oh my God.
No.
The guy
The guy
stuck with Ricky
spoke up
Person
and said typo.
Oh no.
The guy is stuck with Ricky Person.
Oh, now he's saying it's a typo. Now he's saying it's an app error.
Now he's saying it's an app error. Oh,
dude, I'd be pushing all the buttons.
I think he.
Dude, I think
he outed himself. No, you can't undo it now. Calling it an app error.
I would rather take Ricky Person in the 6th than Brian Robinson at the 701.
Oh my God.
Oh
Oh
my
man,
God.
dude, I think
He says,
Ricky
I'm
Person.
on the app. I typed Ricky. Both names came up. That's not an app error. That's
Clearly,
your
that's
error.
not an app error. That's a user error. That is a user
I'm not
error.
going to type
oh
that.
man, if I was him, if
The commission
I'm
said-
him,
the
I'm
commission
drafting
said,
like kicker.
I don't show it as an
defense.
auto pick, so it's not something I can roll back. I have to remain consistent. Oh my God.
Wow.
What if this guy just starts throwing picks the rest of the way out of like?
What is a man without his integrity?
I mean,
Wow.
I kind of get this is the same site that did the Taysom Hill position switch midway through
All
the
time
contest.
stream.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like they should have given him the rollback, but like if he's
definitely give him the rollback.
No,
It's
dude,
so-
can we
that's-
like give him the
that's wild.
fucking dude?
like Ricky Person spent one training camp with the Baltimore Ravens, and he was last employed by the Birmingham Stallions. Like,
okay.
Oh, and he's gonna
Then he
take
takes
Pearsall.
Pearsall anyway.
Oh, I think that's
Oh,
even
man.
worse. I think that's even
bait.
worse.
I was on bated breath if that guy was going to take like Donald Parham or something.
Yes.
wow, that is rough.
I mean, I don't think
Man.
I don't think the rollback should exist, but now
Dude, we've
the
got
people
like
saying-
a round 13 before. Yeah, it is. It's interesting that like it would have had to have been like an auto draft for him to actually get it back.
my God, man. I like now to the folks saying that this guy's dead on arrival now. That's not true, right? Like you can win the main event with like people won the main event with like
Yeah.
zeros from their 3rd round pick still. But no,
Yeah, if
yes,
you're-
this is that's incredibly tilting. Sorry, 1601.
Yeah,
No,
like
I'm
if you're
truly
6'10"
sorry,
if
brother.
You're 6'10", tears his ACL in week 1. You're not dead, so he's not dead. But I would be on mega tilt.
He said, "This is a main event. Can you please give me a call?" I'm gonna type in the chat. I'm okay with the re-roll if
Yeah,
others
good for
are.
you.
No,
Good
but
for
here's
you.
the issue is he's already.
I'll also say
it's
this was an
already
awesome
done.
team, and it's not the worst thing. Like that was probably my favorite team in the draft next to ours through 5 rounds. I'm not that upset that that we've just
No, I'm not upset on
competition.
anybody's behalf. I'm just.
Well, and it's because he has Rashee Rice, who he's planning the suspension for. You know, like
I know.
that's okay. Well, that's sad.
Yeah, man. That just.
Oh man,
Well, look, 704 just like a player who won't play all year on purpose. So
I mean, Joe Mixon is an objectively better pick in this format, right?
then Ricky Person, yeah.
No,
Ricky Pearson?
then in best ball, like with the uncertainty.
I I find myself taking Mixon these days. I don't like it, but
Well, I take him because he's at pick 100, and I wasn't drafting
yeah.
him before, but I don't know.
What if Ricky Pearson's the guy you need?
I hope that this guy, like, I hope that he's winning week 1 by so much that he just subs in Ricky Person to win, to go 1-0 with Mr. Person.
That guy's for sure winning the main event. The Ricky Person.
I mean, look,
factor.
If Joe Mixon does not play the entire season, then Ricky Person, at least Ricky Person, you can just cut in week 1 and you get the roster spot. Joe Mixon's just sitting there clogging you for 17 weeks.
Hey yo,
I'm putting some players in the queue. We're gonna have to move on from the sadness to
Ricky Person.
make some plans.
look, I'm not sad about it.
I'm not sad about it for us. It's hard not to feel for that guy though.
Yeah, no,
I feel for him.
I'd be my head would be in a torture chamber right now if I did that on stream.
If you did it on stream, it's almost better because it's like you can laugh at yourself. This guy is just like, who knows, by himself.
It's 10:30 p.m. and he's at his desk just.
Oh
my God, he's
I'm
going.
glad
I
Mason
don't know if
won.
you're seeing the chat, but he's going in on the chat.
I think I'd be doing
Okay,
something similar.
I just threw some players in the queue. This is not.
Yeah,
the
I added
order.
a couple. I added a couple more as well.
This is not the order I have them.
No,
the first
I added
pick,
a couple.
No one's against the first pick in the queue being our pick, right?
Yeah, that would be my
yeah.
number 1, and if he goes,
Yeah.
then my vote would be number 3, I think, or number 9.
Yeah, number 3's fun. He's not like a guy I've been hammering, but simply fun. So I'm cool with it. And it is some synergy there if you think about it.
I like 4 as well.
Yeah, I think I'm 3 over like 9, Jacob, firmly.
Yeah.
Especially because I think we can really complete the synergy in round 9 with a player, if you think about it. I'll add that player that I'm talking about in the queue.
I don't know what the synergy is, but
okay. Well, one of the picks should definitely be that sucks.
So,
that would have been the other. Okay, so one of the picks is Loveland, right?
Yeah, and I mean,
Ron?
I'm Andrews over Loveland, but we can.
I'm Loveland for sure. So we're 2v1ing you on Loveland. Now we got to figure out our second.
Could we? I'm not against both. I think you could do both, but my preference would be Loveland and then
what do you think about
number
Warren
6.
to get a Colt? We go.
Why do we need Colts?
Loveland
We're
and
thinking
Warren.
week 17 right now.
I would have been in on Warren if Loveland had gone. My personal vote would be Loveland to Golden. I'm open to double tight end as well.
No, like Golden will probably be there at round 9.
I kind of
that's not
getting
true.
so much steam, dude.
That's
I
not
kind of
true.
want to do
Loveland regardless.
Is
I think we
top
do
of the queue right now.
Yeah,
I promise Golden's not coming back.
He's not. There's no way he's coming back.
Neither is Tyler Warren or Tuck or Kraft.
I don't think any of these guys are coming back. So I think we just take whoever we like the most. I mean, my vote would be Golden, but
my vote is Andrews. If you guys want to 2v1 me out of Andrews, that's fine.
I'm kind of Tyler Warren.
No,
what do we think?
No.
I would not do double rookie tight end.
If given, I would go. For me, it's Andrews, Golden, then Warren.
I'd be Golden, then
Andrews is
Golden
so rough, but with the tightrope last year and him just like scoring 5.
That was so long ago. We're gonna need like Loveland. You can't really start week 1, and I mean I know you don't like ADP, but Andrews goes 6-0, 6-12 here.
I'm fine with Andrews.
The top because with Andrews.
We're doing Andrews. Golden's I think so much more interesting, but
you break the tie, Liam.
I think this is a bad structure. I think it's a bad structural pick only because I think Golden's going to be there pick 9, but I do think Golden's very talented. Personally,
I
I
promise
was Reed.
Golden was not coming back. I promise.
Zero
I promise.
% chance of that.
Ricky Person
He's
just
going
won.
mid
You don't
8
know
in the
what's
last 2
happening in
days,
this
and that's
draft, okay,
he's going mid 8 the last 2 days, and that's before the preseason game.
I kind of wanted to do, even though Tyler Warren's not a guy I've been drafting a lot in best ball, I think going Loveland Warren is super fun, and both are startable from week 1, almost certainly. Like Warren has outs to being the Bowers as well. Like, do we like the quarterbacks? No, but
I think we're Galbraithing Andrews.
yeah, I'm just. I mean, Andrews, man, he's like, dude, he had like his target would be like 4 targets, 4 catches, touchdowns.
Likely is hurt.
3 targets, 3 catches.
Likely is hurt, and we're another year past the tightrope. Like Pollard had the same thing, and his year where he was a second-round pick, he sucked, and then last year he was like fine. And now we have Andrews coming back from the same thing, another year, no likely, in one of the best offenses in the entire world, and we could have gotten him around after.
I just think having 2 shots at this year's Brock Bowers, which doesn't exist.
What if it's neither? What if it's freaking the McBride draft class where they all are like fine?
Dude, just seeing Loveland and Golden like run these routes, man, like they're both really ice in the veins. Good.
All right.
I wasn't as against Andrews as Liam, like on a talent play.
I'm not like I almost clicked Andrews. The reason why I did Golden is because you gave me Cook, so it was like some goodwill.
Appreciate that. I think like to me it wasn't an anti-Andrews thing. It's just Golden. Like I'm not even a Golden guy. I don't know why
Loveland over Andrews?
I just think like
you got to skate where the puck's going. Right?
Loveland is just to me like the best player in the draft. It's just a talent take. I just think Loveland rules and has like upside of being. I think that there's a pretty reasonable chance that when we get into the playoffs that we're looking at Loveland the same way we're looking at Bowers, McBride, Kittle. I don't think that's an Andrews range of outcomes, but I think Andrews is fine there.
About Golden is I view Golden and Reed as like coin flips for who's the best. Even though Golden looks nice, and I do think Reed with the injury, we were for sure getting next round. I don't think Andrews is a crazy pick. I expected Jakob to be into Andrews, so I didn't really expect to be in this spot. I draft a lot more Golden. I thought we were gonna get Tyler Warren in this round and then Fields in the next round, and we were gonna complete the synergy of the Colts, Bills, and Jets.
You're killing me with the synergy.
Oh, I see. Oh, now I understand. One player
are you really thinking through week 17 stuff in the main? I guess I understand.
It wasn't about week 17.
No, sprint
he's
schedule,
talking about
the week
he's talking
17.
about Warren plays for my team.
Oh,
Cook plays for your team.
Warren, I'm pretty out on. Like I haven't been drafting. I don't understand why he goes around ahead of Loveland in like every format. That's like the biggest hold. Like that's why I'm just not taking any Warren.
Me either.
Well, I agree with that. Obviously, I like Loveland more, and I always have. But I still think Warren's really good.
I think
the one nice thing with Warren is
he'll
play every snap week 1, which you can't say about Loveland. So that's
I just think Warren's quite likely to out target Andrews too. You know, like they could just pepper this guy with like 8 to 10 targets a game, like as like a way to move their offense.
I mean, we're talking.
I was so out on
Andrews a lot of guys
early. Like before the likely injury, I had no interest in Mark Andrews anywhere. But I have meaningfully shifted post likely injury because I still think he was good.
He's a top 2 target on a top 3 team in the NFL, and if he bounces back to his tightrope form, which he should bounce back in some extent,
he's a little bit better in best ball than tight end premium though. Just like I don't think the raw
that's
targets
fair.
Are
that's fair.
There.
His reception total is probably his.
He had drawback. 55 catches and 11 touchdowns last year. Like that's insane. So yeah. I wanted to go Tyler Warren there. I was a little surprised. Or I wanted to go Tucker Kraft.
Kind of tight end James Cook in terms of snap rate's not very good, scored a lot of touchdowns, really good.
Andrews was he's a the Ravens' whole passing game is likely to regress because Lamar threw for 41 touchdowns. Like that's not happening. I'm kind of Kraft over Golden and tight end premium too, just because. I mean, Jada Reed does go, so Golden was for sure going. The buzz on Golden is like so good too. And
no, I like Golden a lot. I like Golden a lot.
I don't even like. I'm not even like a Golden guy.
I'm not mad at
Golden. I was getting into fights with Hayden Winks about Golden. I always getting into fights with Davis about Golden. But so like in Dynasty, I was kind of fading him. But for strictly seasonal
person, sorry.
for strictly seasonal as our wide receiver 5.
For
it's just
redraft,
kind
it makes a
like
lot of sense.
Like Puka and Nico are so locked in. Pickens, I think, is pretty locked in. And then it's like, as long as we hit a home run out of one of Hunter or Golden, you're just looking at this a ton of firepower in the 4 wide receiver spots. And I guess I'm not as worried about, like, to me, either Andrews or Warren was like a, what if the pick we just made isn't that good pick?
For me,
and I just think the pick that we made with Loveland is very good. So I'm not that worried about it.
For me, structurally, I feel that, and I've said this a lot, but I feel like the mid-range tight ends from like Njoku down to Ferg are marketably different bets than years past. Like years past, these guys were Mike Gesicki, Noah Fant, Tyler Higbee, etc. Like you can hate Dalton Kincaid, but like that's a first-round pick on the Bills. Like that's the worst thing you could say about him. That guy could even Kincaid very live to break out. So I kind of like that's why I wanted to go the 2 tight ends, because I knew we weren't going to get another of them.
We could have got Andrews. You're saying crap. You're talking crap.
I wanted to go Warren, though. I wanted to go Warren just because I don't think Andrews is a good fit for the scoring format. He's just not going to get.
You might just score more. You might just score more points.
Well, there is
Andrews. Like you're talking Kincaid, like good, like he's on the Bills. Like this guy's on the Ravens. The Ravens are going to score points.
Kincaid is for sure a better bet in tight end premium though than he is in.
I guess, but like Kittle's the same way. I don't think that makes him like undraftable in tight end premium.
No,
I don't think he's undraftable.
But Kittle also benefits from like every single 49er being injured and the 49ers defense likely being bad. Whereas the Ravens defense is going to be better. And like, I don't really like Derrick Henry, but he's a major positive touchdown regression guy, just considering Lamar's not going to throw for 41 touchdowns. Like that's not.
If he just throws for 30.
Yeah. And then Henry gets another 10. Like that takes away from Bateman and Andrews, etc. And likely he's going to be like healthy by like week 2.
Right,
yeah, but not really.
Whatever.
Like with that, but for the record, if Loveland went, I would have been Warren. I would have been Andrews over Warren. I would have been on Ron's side of that. I just didn't like double tapping tight end over a breakout wide receiver as much. But
that's fine.
2 things. One is a joke.
You hate your own team.
Wouldn't it have been a really good bid if Team 3 took Trevor Etienne instead of Travis Etienne? I think they absolutely should have done that. And then next, I didn't want to bring him up before because he hadn't gone yet. I thought he might make it back, but I think Addison was shortchanged in our last round conversation. I think he was like also just as good as Golden, in my opinion.
Another guy who's better in best ball. Like a good player, but he's better in best ball. Just is, right? Okay, I've added some players in the queue.
Downs goes.
I'm also adding players.
How do you feel about the first guy I have in the queue? We don't need to do it. What do you think about the second guy I have in the queue?
I like that.
Okay. Ron, are you cool with Goddard as one of our picks?
Yeah, I'd be fine with Goddard.
Okay. If we're gonna go running back,
I would be wide receiver, I think, for the other one specifically.
I mean, I don't hate quarterback here. I feel like there's 2 quarterback bets that feel best. And
I hate quarterback here.
No, yeah, we got to wait on quarterback, I think.
Okay, I'm fine waiting it. So Goddard, we're gonna pencil in.
There's a few running backs I like. I don't mind number 2. My favorite running back is probably number 7, to be honest. But I know Liam would hate that.
We're at the turn. We can use names.
I don't see as number 2 is my the running back.
Refresh the queue. Okay, I'll just use names. My vote personally would be Jaden Higgins. If we were to go running back, my favorite running back is Dylan Sampson.
My favorite running back is Tootin, for sure.
Goodness gracious.
I also like Bigsby.
Who?
Bigsby.
You like Bigsby over Tootin? Just for early season stuff?
I'd be okay with Tootin. I like Sampson the most. But Ron, whoever
Let's do a running back. Let's do a running back.
I'm against Sampson.
Let's do...
I'm okay with Tank or Tootin.
Whatever you like more, Ron, is fine by me. Oh, Blue's gone. I was going to suggest...
Can I vote for Sampson?
You can. I'm against it, but if you guys wanted to, if you want me, that's fine.
I vote Sampson.
I think it's just like Judkins is very live to play.
He's not playing this year. Not playing this year.
Well, that's not,
or at least not. He like, to me, he's missing minimum 6 games. I think more, and he is not employed by the team. Like the first time he practices for the Cleveland Browns will be when he returns. So like you're asking, like, let's even say it's a 6-game suspension. He has to come back in 7. That's the best case scenario to me. He comes back in 7. Then he has to learn a playbook. Like I just don't like, even if he's
okay, but like,
if he's eligible to play, how is he ever factoring in at that
Browns running back, like worst team in football is running back in the 10th round. That is maybe not even the running back. Like it
You
could
were
be
taking Ford to the 8th like all last year, or 9th, or whatever the hell.
No, I was taking Ford in like the 14th or whatever. Like he was.
The thing with Samson.
He's expensive. He's not a good managed pick.
He's not expensive.
What's the upside? You know, I mean,
what if he's someone you can start super early?
Samson's
with no judgment.
I would have been Justin Fields easily over Samson, just with the idea of like, let's win a week. You know,
we're gonna like quarterback.
My vote was Higgins, to be clear. The guy who just went. That would have been my actual preference. But
I'm okay with Higgins too. Matt Harmon did say he profiles similar to Keon Coleman as far as like a guy who's better in the slot.
I feel that, and I understand that, but I think, like, to me, the Harmon stuff on Coleman was confirming what the data was telling me about Coleman. The Harmon stuff on Higgins runs very counter to the data. So it's not that I don't care about what Harmon says. I do. But I think that I think it's just possible that he's missing something with Higgins in a way that Coleman, to me, it was confirming what I already thought.
I think going Browns running back over Jags running back feels quite bad to me personally. Just like the Jags feel like a team that's going to be probably awesome, and the Browns, I mean, look, like, I guess we need Shadur to just be good, you know, or Flacco out there dealing it.
They play fast every year. They're 65 plus plays. They have a good run blocking offensive line. I mean, Jerome Ford had over 5 yards per carry last year.
Jerome Ford is good. He's explosive. He's better in best ball, but
I didn't feel that strong about it. Like, I thought I have those 3 guys like back to back to back. I really like Samson as a prospect. I also like, I don't have a cold on this team, but like, I'm a Vols fan. I think Samson just rocks is part of the player take on that.
For me, like, managed is all about swinging for upside, and like, okay, yes, Samson upside is that he's the singular running back, and whatever, he's like this year's Chuba, which is like reasonable. But like, to me, the like I would bid Isaac Correndo over Samson.
No,
ignoring injury.
What are we doing?
Because all you need is CMC to get hurt, and you have a starting running back.
That's just like, look for a second. Like, if Samson pops a run in the preseason game and we get a confirmed, like, Judkins isn't playing for 6 games or he's not playing at all, like, all of a sudden Dylan Sampson is a 7th round pick, and we need to sort of add running back here. I think we're going to come back in the 11th and be like fine with some of the receiver options. Like, we took 2 up top. I think that needed to be running back. You could have talked me into tank based people, like, also, like you said, in manage, like, we might not know who to start. I want somebody earlier on. Like, again, if Judkins did 6 games and Samson pops here and he's somebody you can start early, I think that helps us a bunch.
Are you guys scared off by ETN playing with the starters in the preseason?
Not overly scared off. I'm just not like,
not a lot.
I'm not overly scared off. I just question with this team. We already have Henderson. Like, I want somebody that to me it becomes clearer. But I think Samson's pathway to early production is much clearer.
To me personally, it feels bad not to have a share of Tootin in a main event.
We still might.
We still
not
might.
Done yet.
Like, just like it felt like bad not to have like Jaden last year. You know, there's no player who just feels bad not to have in a main, right? And like Tootin to me is like, is he not rookie year H-Chan if he hits? You know?
I mean, I love Tootin. I have like 28% of him in best ball, so I like Bishal Tootin.
So is it the week 1 role for you that slants at the Samson, or like, no, what do you like about Samson?
I just think, well, I like Samson more as a prospect. I think he's a better player, and I think that his path is very easy. I want to clarify what I said about Judkins. I think I did, but I just want to emphasize it. It's not that I think he will be ineligible to play the entire year, although he might be. I think it's that because he has not been able to be with the team the entire preseason, I think that however long he misses, which I think is probably minimum 6 games and possibly longer, we're talking about a rookie player who will be coming in and practicing with the team for the first time in the middle of the season. And I think the only way in which that matters to Samson meaningfully is if the Samson pick already doesn't work out. Like, he's going to get an entire runway to establish himself as the starter, maybe succeed, maybe not. And then you get a guy coming in on a very moving train who, I mean, my personal rankings, I think Samson's just better than Judkins straight up. So without the draft capital incumbency really mattering that much, I would just bet on Samson to hold him off versus a guy who has not even practiced with the team the entire year.
I mean, I guess Samson's a managed pick in some ways, in the sense that, like, you're going to know whether you play him or not, and probably pretty early. But he also strikes me as not one in the sense that, like, I don't feel like we're truly swinging for upside with that pick. And or he might be RB3.
I don't know how we're not swinging for upside with a rookie with a plausible chance to be the RB1 on a team in round 10. I don't get how that's a floor pick. I just don't. I think you're being like too certain about how bad the Browns are.
That's bad.
What if the team's fine? They were a perfectly fine offense with Joe Flacco 2 years ago.
Well, that was, I mean, I don't think
Fancy's a good coach. Good play caller.
I don't know. For me, it would have been Tootin firmly, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just, Ron, what are you not about? How are you reading the Jags backfield? Why are you not?
I like Tootin myself. It was just something where I felt like they were both in the same tier. And I think that there's just a lot more for Samson to, I would say, like, jump in ADP, and again, just have an easier read earlier in the year on somebody to start and just get us points. And then also, I think there's upside that he's good. Like, this is somebody who was honestly was like a day 2 lock before the draft and then fell. Like, Samson's a good player and should get volume pretty easily. Once we get news on Judkins, I just think that there's a lot of upside for, like, I don't know, Samson to be in this range with, like, the 8th round, 9th round turn.
Judkins is an objectively better pick in managed too, where
I actually disagree with that so strongly, because I understand the thesis of, like, you don't have to burn the roster spot or the best ball spot. I hate having the Judkins type in managed, where you've invested in this pick that's not going to pay off until at least halfway through the season.
It's 11th round.
And then you have to sit there on your bench. Yeah, but he has to take up a roster spot.
I mean, he's obviously not a guy I want to argue strongly for, but I don't know. Drew Davenport says he's more optimistic about his senses here.
Yeah. I think he's going to be eligible to play this year. But, like, don't you care about not practicing at all in the summer? Like, not being with the team, not having a contract? Like, doesn't that matter to you?
Dan Burden goes.
I guess not more than the 2nd round draft capital. Getting Goddard, though, feels quite good to go with Loveland. Just like, if Hunter, Golden are not startable right away, Goddard's startable. Okay, well, I think here is where we should probably go a quarterback, unless there's players you feel super strongly about.
I'm thinking that's why I'm quiet.
Let's see if there's anyone that I care about enough to not be down with quarterback.
I'm gonna just add some players who are probably just better managed picks.
QB, I think
it's got to be quarterback.
Yeah,
for one of them.
How do we feel about number 6 in the queue in the sense of managed? All right, Fields or May? This is the tough choice.
Man, that is tough.
I think I'm Fields.
I think we should probably take 2 swings on quarterback since we've waited so long.
I'm cool with both.
I'm happy with Fields being the first of them.
I'm cool with Fields and May right now.
I think I don't think we have to double running back. I think I do Fields and a running back because we might get like a Lawrence or someone late too.
Trevor's there.
Is there any interest in Kyle Pitts?
Not for me.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, honestly, Ron,
this is a crazy thing. I personally don't have to agree with this. My personal 2 would be Fields and Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt.
I kind of think Woody Marks is that's why I put Merritt in there. I put Marks in there. I think these guys are all viable. Who's the quarterback, Fields or May?
Fields.
Fucking A. Give me Fields.
Okay. I mean, this is like objectively the best pick on the board. All right, we need to figure out this pick, gentlemen. I think it should be. I don't hate Pitts, but he does profile not as a great tight end premium pick as compared to best ball, just like more downfield
Pitts.
targets.
Is there any love for Eckler? Is there any love for Judkins?
Judkins, yes. I'm for Judkins, Ron. I don't love the
if you guys want. I just think it's like a total waste of a roster spot.
I just think we're gonna probably get these other guys in the next rounds too.
No love for is Eckler a crazy shout? No, I'm fine not doing Judkins, but I don't have a running back.
I would rather do Merritt over Eckler.
That's fine. I don't have a running back over Pitts.
If there's no one that we can agree on, we could just do May.
We're about to auto May if we don't speak up, gentlemen. Jalen Wright, Woody Marks.
My vote is Pitts.
Pitts.
My vote would be JCM.
I'm fine doing whatever you guys do.
All right.
We go Pitts. All right. Craig Purple.
I went Golden over Andrews, and I went with Pitts over.
Craig Purple, baby.
I'm the one who's driving and making the clicks, but if there's a 2-on-1 vote, I'm always doing it. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Jacob, I wasn't hearing from you there.
No, I said I was JCM, but I'm fine with. I mean, Pitts, whatever. I don't think he's like a real player, but it's the 12th round, so I'm not going to be angry about it.
My only issue with Pitts is I feel like Ertz, Henry, like they might be better tight end premium picks as far as guys who will just get more targets.
My main opposition was to Judkins, and it's not about the price. It's just like I don't want to deal with a guy who is a non-factor on my bench. Who I like. Once you take Judkins, you're kind of committed to keeping him until he plays.
I disagree. Like if we get bad news, we cut him. Like that's why he's a good pick and manage. Like if you get bad news week 2, week 1, okay, he's out of there.
I guess. I don't know. I would have been JCM. I view JCM basically the same way I view Tootin, which is
I don't think you should make the case.
We get the third back on a really good offense with pretty inconsequential guys ahead of him.
Well, one did go in the 7th round. I know there was some weird stuff with him with the void year and the wrong jersey and everything.
We're going to have to, I think rest of the way is just spam the fuck out of running back and get a quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's crazy to say.
I mean, we only have 5 wide receivers. We should definitely take one more.
Yeah, we take one more.
Yeah.
I guess, I guess Goddard and Pitts and Loveland, 2 of them are.
Yeah, I don't think we need another wideout.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, there's maybe they're flex.
I mean, we might be cutting Pitts, like.
Yeah.
Hey, now.
Strange. I could see Strange being a great tight end premium pick too, but I don't know. With the Mooney injury, it opened things up for Pitts too.
I guess what I'll add here with the quarterback conversation.
Going May with Henderson is just kind of fun,
Doing what?
May with Henderson is just kind of fun.
Oh, I kind of forgot about that. My bad.
I was kind of for Fields May, but I don't know.
I was okay with Fields May. Yeah.
He might come back. We
didn't talk that through very thoroughly.
Wouldn't it break you if Kyle Pitts is a league winner though, and we didn't do it this year?
It would break me. I don't think that's very likely, but I can confirm that would break me. It would be very fun if he's on this team now somehow.
I'm trying to think of that down snipe sucks.
Just out of curiosity, because he didn't.
No, I'm happy down
there. Had Jaden Blue been there when we did the Samson Bigsby Tootin,
I would have been Blue
like that. Comfortably Blue over Samson.
So we all would have agreed on Blue.
I'm Tootin though over Blue still.
Damn it.
Yeah, I don't think you should have made that case. So
Well, I wanted to make the case because I wanted him to be on our team.
No, but you made the case midway through the 12.
Yeah.
When we were,
okay. Wow.
And I think it's clear that guy's watching the stream. Like I made the case for Tootin, he took Tootin. He made the case for. I mean, maybe not, but who knows?
I mean, he's kind of just been drafting like a very ship chasing team the whole time. Like he took McMillan, Rice, Pearsall, Warren.
But he drafted Ricky Person though.
Yeah. I think it's very lucky he drafted Ricky Person because I love his team outside of Ricky Person.
I would not cut Ricky Person week 1. Like I would kind of just carry that guy
Agreed.
for the vibes.
I think he's your mascot at that point.
Someone, Eric makes a great point. $2,000 investment in Pitts means you don't have to draft him again this year. Diversifying.
Correct. Yeah. Shahid just went. I was trying not to bring him up in case he came back around. I think he also was a pretty reasonable option last time.
I'm very high on him. So yeah, I just think we don't really need wideout, but would have been fine.
Yo, heads in the chat. Let me know if this is
essentially
legible.
a wideout.
I zoomed it out a little bit.
No, I think this is good with the more picks.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a really late Kyler Murray. I've
Really
gotten him
late,
like
Kyler.
2 full rounds past ADP in best ball today too. I think people are like being pretty funny about that interception, but fair enough.
This is a make or break it year for him, man. Like if he doesn't have,
Agreed.
if he averages like 17 points a game, 18 points a game, it's kind of like, okay, Kyler.
I'm here for Kyler not being that good, but like, I mean, we just took Justin Fields, so like, let's not let's say that we're.
I'm talking about for fantasy. I'm not talking about
Okay,
like
fair enough.
Kyler's objectively not been awesome for fantasy for a while.
Yeah.
I know why you guys wanted Burden. You wanted to go Caleb with Burden, huh?
Not Jacob.
Nope. Not me. Although is he still on the board, Caleb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be totally fine with him next round. I like May more, but I'd be totally fine with Caleb.
I think we could have waited on quarterback, but I think we're fine.
I'm glad we didn't double tap.
We could have, but like I think Fields is just so Fields should probably be drafted ahead of Mahomes if we just knew he's playing all the games. There is some chance that this is like Steelers Fields.
You know what, Liam? The fact that you're saying this about a Jets player, like and we had Fields. The Fields is kind of a sacred player for us after me asking for Kabish help on our like 13th round pick.
They gave it to us too.
Yeah. Because I think that it's truly, if you're gonna fuck up a pick, you gotta have it autoed. You cannot click the button on Ricky Person.
Well, I think the biggest mistake is the guy outed himself. He said misclick, which you shouldn't do that.
People seem to not. I know that Jacob is out on Pitts, but from a structural standpoint, like I do think cranking purple is not bad. Like sometimes you can get into some really tricky spots, dude. And the tight ends are flex viable. We don't know at what point we're going to feel comfortable starting Loveland. Like I'm more than like taking 3 tight ends from rounds 7 through 12. I would imagine is plus EV in main event over the last whatever.
Fair enough.
We are starting Loveland week 1 for sure, but
well, I don't know. Leone's gonna have Goddard projected for 0.6 more, so.
No, but if between Goddard and Pitts, one of them's a league winner, it's like who cares?
Yeah. Oh, Brandon Aubrey. All right.
Well, okay. I think we should take Caleb to go with Loveland. You guys cool with that?
Do you like? I like Stroud more with Nico, but
I think Caleb with the rushing side, like, is.
We could do Caleb Fields.
Oh, and Lawrence is still there with Hunter. Why don't we just push it one more round? I bet we get one of the 3.
Okay.
I think we can push it. I don't really know what else we could take. There is a rookie wide receiver I like in the queue. It would have been cooler if we had May.
Yeah.
And then there's also we're the classic Carter meme of I like our wide receivers, but our running backs pretty weak and not deep right now.
Well, RB guys have third.
Can I sell you guys on Will Shipley?
Oh yeah, let's do him for sure.
I think that he's as good as a Tyler Dozier pick at this point.
Yeah,
shout out Sam Sherman.
He's objectively better. Okay, and then
go to Shipley. Thoughts on Kyle Williams?
I've not been doing a best ball, but a pretty great managed pick. I'm cool with it as our last.
I'm cool with that as well.
All right, let's do that.
I just want to look at the other guys. Cedric Tillman, I'm pretty high on too.
But we're just Henry, you dog. Sampson. We're taking Browns wide receivers.
Well, I think they're going to be the passing volume's a little bit different, than scoring rushing touchtown.
Oh, yes, Ron, that is true. Goddard free look, so we get our low and
Henry's the man.
Shipley too.
Yeah.
Henry's the man.
Thanks, Mudo. All right, I think we get one of the 3 stackable quarterbacks at the next turn.
Nope.
Well, there goes one of them. As I said that.
With Kirk, I guess. Yeah. I still think we get one.
I still think
I don't know. The normie crowd hates Caleb, so he might fall.
the
RB
I don't understand why Shipley goes so late in these. Like, he should be going higher than a lot of running backs that have been selected just for the contingent upside.
I agree as well. If Tyler Algier is the 11-11, then Shipley should go no further than the 12th round.
He's like arguably a better pick than like Spears.
Oh, for sure. Now with the injury,
Even before
Spears went kind of earlier. He went middle of the 10th ahead of Tootin.
Like Shipley and Garendo are pretty similar bets.
Yeah, Shipley, Monongai was a guy I was thinking about next round. That's a good pick, I think.
Yeah.
Although I will say Monongai was not a prospect that I was a fan of pre-draft.
Me neither.
I'm interested enough.
I think double Rams running back is pretty sharp by this guy, assuming he doesn't have.
Yeah. Was that you last year doing that, Liam, with like Jordan Mason and maybe Garendo or something? I don't want to give you too much credit.
No, I made us draft Mason, and probably Garendo too. Yeah, no, I like to lock it up. I think that's
not bad.
The was I
like
wanted
very late.
I wanted Mason or something. Like this year, I've been doing it with Rashad White and a guy who I'm
Tucker.
not gonna,
Yeah.
So the week 1 free look is Cowboys Eagles.
And Chiefs Chargers.
Yeah, there's a Friday night game. What the hell is that
Chargers.
about? What the hell is going on? We used to live in a country.
Well, one game's in Brazil, I think.
Yo, high stakes people in the chat. There's just absolutely going. So now there's going to be 2 free look games before these Sunday drafts, which is very interesting.
That was last year too.
That was last year. There was a Friday game?
Yeah, that was the Eagles-Packers game when nobody could tackle on the shitty field.
What the
hell?
yeah,
and Jordan Love got hurt.
I'm an idiot. All right.
Because remember Barkley went.
Yeah, I remember.
Ballistic.
I remember that.
And then me and Ron did a draft on that Saturday, and Barkley went at like the 103 or something.
Yeah.
Which it turns out was the correct choice.
How did the draft? Who went ahead of him? CMC and Lamb.
I can't remember.
Something like that.
A year ago.
the only. Goodness gracious. My best finish ever in high stakes is from a draft after the Thursday game, where it was the one where it was like Akers versus the Bills, and he just plummeted, and then he ended up being like a guy you needed in the playoffs.
Can't makers, man.
I'll tell you what. Team 3 has drafted Richard Person in the 3rd. I would still say they're a top 5 team in this league.
Is that guy on a team? Ricky Person?
No, he's on the Birmingham Stallions.
Marshawn Lloyd, I think he's a pretty similar bet to Shipley. There's an ambiguity there, but
I guess, but like I'm tired.
I reject that notion. I think Will be just much more locked into the 2 role.
I think Cedric Tillman's just a good pick. Like he could, I mean, man averaged like 18 points a game in that.
I mean, Jacob loves Cedric Tillman more than anybody I know.
I do like Tillman. I like him more in best ball.
Last year he was,
he's a good man.
Rightfully so. He was begging me to drop all the fab money on him. It was just unfair. What, he got like a concussion?
Yeah, he got a concussion. The Browns clearly are also Vols fans because they just stack up University of Tennessee Volunteers all across their offense.
I think Rico's a reasonable pick too. I don't understand why people hate Rico so much. Quite possibility.
I'm not sure.
Sharping it.
Yeah, I think it's weird that people act like he's a complete scrub when, like, I think he proved last year he's at least a very capable backup and a viable starter. I don't really know why people hate Rico Dowdle so much, but they do.
Well, and I don't hate Chuba like you guys, but I think if it goes bad, it's because Rico's just getting in there, like what firm 1B. Caleb goes
not a
15-2. Caleb,
it's a good price.
I did want to pick your brain, Jacob, because you were like, I assume it's just a pricing. Like you don't like how he's like a 9th round pick on underdog or whatever with Caleb. Like, where are you at in terms of like him kind of turning things around? Because you're
just that I
scooping
think
up all
he
the cheap
sucks.
pieces. You just think he's bad.
Yeah, I'll do a little tease. Overset's got this Truth Serum series coming out that I'll be submitting a video for, and my Truth Serum take, I think the Bears are just going to be an absolute disaster again.
Except for Loveland.
Yeah, I could see it.
I love Loveland. He was my favorite player in the draft. I'm a huge fan of his. I think Moore sucks. I think Dunse is quite possibly like a Rashad Bateman core player. I think Swift sucks, and everybody else in their backfield sucks. Burden, I think, is very high risk, high reward. I didn't really love him like as a Devy guy, but I'm pretty open minded to him at his very cheap price. But I think he could suck. I just think that I don't know. I'm just a lot lower on the overall Bears personnel, and I think everybody is kind of writing off last season as coaching incompetence, and it obviously was coaching incompetence. I just think that the players who performed like shit for an entire season are being too easily absolved for their sins personally. Like I hold Caleb, Moore, Adunze, Swift more responsible for last year than I think the market does.
I think that's fair.
I mean, Caleb will probably be fine for fantasy though, because he runs the ball,
Yeah. Like I have zero issue with him. Obviously, it's the 1502, and I would have been happy to take him.
Truth Serum take. I think Caleb Williams leads the team in rushing touchdowns.
That's pretty possible.
Justin Fields gets benched for Tyrod in this scenario.
No, it leads the Bears.
No, it leads the Bears. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, leads the Bears. Okay, I thought you meant leads the league.
Possible. Kendre got.
Okay,
seems like the RB2 right now. I like that.
Yeah, I've been drafting him somewhat throughout the whole summer, just pretending Devin Neal and CH are not players and running pure at the moment.
I think pretending CH is not a player is pretty safe bet.
I drafted Kendre on my May main event, and I'm debating whether I keep him or drop him for like an upside tight end.
No, I'd keep Kendre.
So the guy I have number 4, I think, is maybe a good managed pick for us because we might literally start him if things are sideways. I know it's not like a fun thing.
Sorry, which person are you referring to?
The player I have at number 4 in our queue.
I actually don't hate that.
Oh God. Ew.
No, but it's kind of a good balance with our team. I think we're definitely doing 1 or 2, and I'm just barely 1 over 2. I like them both a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a look.
I think I'm 3 over 4 by a lot, though.
I am 3 over 4 for sure.
I'm not. I like. Oh, I guess we do have a stack with 2. Okay, never mind.
But
carry on. You guys, we want to go defense here, kicker maybe.
Well, this is the year for the Ravens D.
Maybe everyone out there, maybe if anybody in this draft is watching
did
us
you guys
right
see
now?
the Jags kicker hit the 70-yard field goal?
Yeah, that was insane, dude.
That is. I don't think people are like recognizing how insane that is.
You are. I think as well that the fact that it wasn't like I'm saying for real right now, but like the fact that he wasn't they weren't in Denver or anything, right? No, they were in Jacksonville.
No altitude, not outdoors.
Yeah,
just
that guy
straight up.
That means that they only need to gain like 5 to 10 yards on a kickoff or something, maybe 15, and they can nail a field goal. Like that's like some rugby stuff.
Well, who is this guy? Like,
wasn't he on their team last year?
Has he just been doing it in practice?
We're drafting that guy. We're drafting that guy for sure.
He was I
mean, wasn't he? They're giving him the record on Wiki, but I feel like in a preseason it shouldn't count.
It's not. The comments are so brain dead. It's like it's not in a real NFL game.
Yeah, he was their kicker last year. He was 27 of 29, so he's accurate as well. He didn't kick any 70-yarders, obviously, but
I want to see anyone but 1 or 2 go, and then I don't care what this guy.
Well, I think that 1 is going to go at 11.
Probably, but then I don't care.
Oh no, never mind. I thought that he had taken Thomas, but he didn't.
11
I'm
has a
pretty
damn
happy
good team.
Like Down's going right next to within a round of Warren and Premium.
Yes.
Okay. So we're Trevor for sure, and then I'm number 3.
Yeah, let's do it.
Wait.
Jacob,
What
you
bomb
cool
are
with
we
number
taking?
3?
Oh, number 3 for sure. Yeah.
Let's do that. I like that a lot.
Feels quite good.
I like that a lot.
Oh yeah.
So to tell everybody in the chat, this is your captain speaking. I think we are drifting away into clear skies, landing the plane here. Landing gear has been deployed.
The team so far, Fields and Trevor. Feels good to get Trevor with Field. I mean, I don't think people realize Trevor just runs for like 400, 500 yards a year anyways. Like they're pretending that like, oh, Liam Cohen's going to unlock Baker Mayfield. Like Trevor's always done that.
But what if it goes to a new level? What if it goes to from 20
700
rushing yards per game to 30 rushing yards per game and then like
We-
6+ TDs?
And then
should we take Trey Lance just to complete the top 3 of the
Oh my
2021 NFL draft?
I
Never
am
that.
like, if we had a Charger, I would have been Justin Herbert over Trevor, just because I think, Herbert's going to run more.
I
Our
was
running back
about to do
room?
the Herbert over Love take, and then I forgot that we had Matthew Golden for a second there. But
Our running back room.
I like Herbert and Lawrence. Herbert and Lawrence are my 2 highest drafted quarterbacks on Underdog, and my
Jacob,
third highest drafted is Justin Fields.
Can I pick your brain on this Sean Tucker take you had today about how Rachaad White getting hurt is actually worse for Bucky Irving because Sean Tucker might be a better player, at least between the tackles?
It was a grossly misinterpreted take. I think there were like people in my comments being like, Sean Tucker's not.
People were not
taking a
happy.
job. And I was like, I didn't say that he was. I think it was less that it's bad for Bucky as much as I think the knee-jerk reaction is you see Rachaad White go down, people would think it's great for Bucky. And I think it's more neutral to maybe slightly good, maybe slightly bad. Basically just I think Rachaad is a very one-dimensional player. He's like a good pass protector. He's a fine pass catcher. He has basically nothing on the ground. I think Tucker's legitimately good as a rusher. So I think that they probably change up the split for any time that Rachaad misses, where Bucky probably takes on more of the passing down stuff that White was getting. Tucker plays some of the early down stuff because I don't think they're going to trust him in pass pro. And then best case scenario, Tucker's whatever. Bucky's being awesome. Shows off that he can pass protect, and he just ends up being kind of the workhorse all year long. What I get a little bit concerned about is if Tucker has a chance to establish himself in a role. Now, for this team, that's what I hope happens. And then, Bucky is still good on the ground, but is not as functional in pass pro as maybe you hope. Rachaad comes back, they plug him back in on 3rd and longs, 2-minute drill, all that bullshit. But Tucker's too good to keep off the field. And then you have the scenario where Bucky kind of becomes James Cook, and he's got Tucker as the Ray Davis and Rachaad White as the Ty Johnson. And that's where I would get a little bit concerned. I think that it is hopeful to Bucky to have Rachaad White keeping Sean Tucker off the field, because Rachaad White to me is no threat to anybody, whereas Sean Tucker might be that Ray Davis type that kind of turns Bucky to the Cook, with it being a little bit of a 3-man committee. That's my theory.
Yeah. Well, way back in May, Matthew Berry dropped in his like what I heard from coaches thing as well. And this is why I was a little uneasy about White, is that he heard that like Tucker was going to be a thing this year anyways.
Yeah.
And then you get the White injury. People are asking us to recap the team. For me, the only pick I would take back is Tootin over Sampson, but we have Fields and Trevor at quarterback. We got James Cook and Travion Henderson at running back, along with Sampson, Shipley, Tucker, Puka, Nico, Pickens, Hunter, Golden, Kyle Williams, Loveland, Goddard, Kyle Pitts. Team feels pretty awesome, feels pretty balanced. Like we got 3 good tight ends. We got 2 starting running backs at a minimum and some good flyers. We got 2 quarterbacks to choose from, and we're pretty loaded at wideout. I'm feeling good, gentlemen.
I like this team as well.
Yeah, I really like this team. Liam said he would take back the Samson pick. Ron, if you had to swap any pick, what would you swap? Now looking at how the team's unfolded.
With hindsight 2020,
would you want Andrews knowing that we got Goddard? Because do you prefer Golden Goddard or do you prefer Andrews Higgins? To me, that's pretty firmly Golden Goddard.
Yeah, I'll give you Golden Goddard. I think if I was drafting this team solo, I just would have done Andrews Golden, and then the Goddard pick would have just been Higgins or a running back. And that's really my only, like, if I was running this team something different. I probably wouldn't have done Fields. I probably would have just done a running back, but running back got super thin there. Like, we were talking through, like, fucking Eckler. I don't know. I know you guys are. I was the only one talking to Eckler. I'm just talking about if this was.
You were monologuing about Austin Eckler.
If this was my team, I would have been thinking through Eckler.
You were hoping Eckler was going to come on the pod.
Here's the thing. What
we were talking through Eckler.
So we're really doing the JCM thing in the 12th round, but I have to get out of that mindset being like, oh well, he's like a 16th.
Oh, it's managed though.
Best ball and manage. You got to push these guys up. You're
I've
absolutely
taken
right.
him in the 13th in BBM, so
you're absolutely right.
Could not be more in.
Well, that'd be my one
passes. I would get rid of Pitts for JCM, but I mean that's like at the margins. And
with JCM, we're just saying, and I guess hindsight 2020 would have been like maybe. I don't know. Maybe like I guess it would be the Goddard pick, just knowing that Pitts was there later. Or even if you don't like Pitts, we could have done like May to Hunter Henry.
I like having the 3 though. Like,
but Goddard, yeah, I agree. I think having the 3 is fun too.
Goddard feels better for tight end premium, just like because we're probably starting him
at a great price at a great place in the draft. And he's a great pairing with Loveland. I'm really happy that we got the Goddard pick where we did.
Like, an AJ Brown or Smith injury, we're like comfortably starting him. Just Eagles have to pass more. We're also starting him more. Looks like the Eagles lost one of their guards for the year, an all-pro guard, Landon Dickerson.
Yeah,
Don't know how serious it is, but carted off the field. Or no, couldn't put weight on his leg, not carted.
Yeah, I've been seems like best case is he rolled an ankle, and worst case is the dreaded word that starts with A.
All right, gentlemen, let's talk about these before we're on the clock. I think 1 is just a responsible pick for this team. If not 1, 2, it feels the same thing to me. I've been doing 2 a lot, so that's kind of what I want to consider 1 there. And then I kind of like 6.
Let me take a look.
As far as a good managed bet, I think he played well today.
Let me just refresh, so I know I'm looking at the same names.
And 3 is a reasonable bet too.
If we're doing 1, I would way rather do 2. I think 2 is a way better version of 1.
He's just not practicing, but like the idea of 1 is that like we might need to play him in the beginning and then cut him. And 2 is yeah. I mean, I like 2. All right, I'll put him as 1. How do you guys feel about? I'm gonna just put the guy I have 2, and I think it's very close because I think the guy I have 3 is also a pretty good managed bet.
Right. I'm gonna refresh again so I can see the most updated version of your 2 and 3.
Okay, Kareem Hunt goes. He was a guy we were considering.
I like not 3.
That's a fun Horton pick.
I like 4 and 6 more than I like 3. I'm looking to see if there's anybody else that's not there that interests me at all.
I just think 3 might be like a guy who people are dropping like $600 a fab on week 1.
But like, really?
Like, yeah, I think it could be that. And so it's like, I just think he's kind of a responsible pick considering the info we have today.
And like every other guy is added 2 guys on the waivers. Okay, we could just use names now because we're only taking 2 more non-kicker defense.
Miles Sanders, Ollie Gordon, Damian Pierce. I think Pierce is just like a guy who people might be dumping.
I don't like Pierce.
I mean, he had plantar fasciitis surgery.
I kind of like Miles Sanders and Damian Pierce.
Yeah, I kind of like doing that.
Let's do whatever. I like Sanders. I think Pierce sucks, but who cares? It's round 18.
Yeah, but like almost all these other guys are going to be there on the waivers.
I like Trevor more. I like the other guy that I think there's 2 guys that just before we hit the Pierce button. The only case that I'll make one is what if they trade Breece Hall? Isaiah Davis, I think is legitimately interesting. And then the last guy I'd bring up is Dante Thornton, who just is getting rave reviews every single day.
I want Pierce. I think
I'm Pierce as well.
All right.
The only reason is just like with the info we have today, we could get news that Mixon is not a thing and Pierce is like he's getting work with the ones. It's not a guy I've taken at all in best ball yet, although I'm going to mix him in. And like, if the news breaks his way, Pierce could be going for like $400 worth of fab, where almost all those other guys are going to be on waivers. And like, yeah, they're all good bets too, but like, you know, we have a lot of guys we probably can't start week 1 anyway. So I think Pierce, the combination between Pierce and Sanders, if one of them is week 1 startable, just in case, you know, because the New England stuff could go sideways too. You know, like I know everyone picking New England to be awesome, but it could go sideways. So we might need one of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna raise a big stink over 1801, but
and if we need to cut him, we'll just pick up another upside dart, you know,
for sure.
From the outside looking in, how much are like? I would be shocked if Brees actually got traded. I'll be honest with you guys.
Oh, me too. I was just trying to grasp at anything to get you guys to not take Dameon Pierce.
Can we also talk about Brees? Because I've packed my bags all off season because yes, and I do want to come. I can't stand this comment that I keep getting of like, well, Aaron Glenn said it was going to be a committee, and then it was a committee. Like, you're kind of an idiot. And it's like, sure, but I was expecting Isaiah Davis to be. I was expecting it to be Braylon Brees, and then Davis to just be like the breather back. Where if Brees was tired or whatever, they just want to throw him in there, fine. But I wasn't expecting it to be the third down 2-minute drill stuff. He played both third down. We'll see if it's 2-minute drill. I'd assume yes. And if that's the case, and like Brees is getting squeezed from both sides, pause, and then it's also
that seems like a big assumption.
Assumption about what?
The 2 third downs mean 2 minutes. Third downs and 2 minutes.
I think you're right on the 2-minute drill. I think you're right on the 2-minute drill.
Side by side. It could be the case. I just don't think the 2 third downs mean he's playing the 2-minute drill necessarily.
I think you're right on that. Because if it's like second down in the 2-minute drill, it could very easily just be Brees. But like,
some teams do 3rd and 2-minute for the same back, but not all teams. That's not like a universal.
Well, it seems at worst that it would be a share. Like I don't think like it's not going to be Brees 100% a 2-minute. Davis is getting in there some. Like he's good at that.
I think Davis is literally just going to be there for the entirety of like. I think he's going to be all the third downs, which is.
Let me ask you this, guys:
I think third downs.
If the Jets start because they have a kind of a tough schedule here. If they start 2-8, is Brees not getting traded? Like Aaron Glenn has no attachment to him. Fields is probably not the answer at quarterback long term. New England's probably going to be better than the Jets this year, so now they're not even like second in the division. Like the Jets may be facing a somewhat long rebuild where they just need to get a shot at a quarterback. Like, would they not be like they play Steelers? That's a coin flip. Bills, almost certainly a loss. Bucks, probably a loss. Dolphins, coin flippy. Cowboys, probably a loss. Broncos, probably a loss. Panthers, they're upstarted. Bengals, like things could go bad.
Yeah, it's definitely like I do think things probably go bad because I mean, no offense, Ron, but like
no, absolutely.
Justin Fields, their wide receiver.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Josh Reynolds, like that's not really a great NFL.
No,
yeah, Josh Reynolds, man, is deeply
so like I don't think they're gonna be very good. And yeah, I agree. It goes one of two ways. Like best case, the best case scenario is they're just better than we expect. Brees looks like 2022, 2023 Brees, and he's just really good. And plans change when one player is drastically better than the other players. That's the actual best case. Assuming that's not what happens, then yeah, if they're bad, best case scenario, they trade him at the deadline, and we have Brees Hall starting running back on the Dallas Cowboys, and it's like, holy shit. But yeah, I agree. It's definitely a possibility that if they just keep him, and they're like, well, whatever, we'll get a comp pick anyways, nobody's offering us more than a fifth, then
I think that's
they
very
also
likely.
have no incentive, which is very possible. And in that scenario, they have no incentive to play Brees, which is the troubling spot, right? Because then they're looking at what is this Braylon Davis backfield, because that's our backfield in 2026, unless we add someone. And that obviously is death for the Brees Hall bets, which is why I've gotten leery. And the other issue is I think Isaiah Davis is good. I've never been a big Braylon Allen fan, but I'm
he's young,
coming
man.
to the hype to the extent that I'm open-minded to him. So, and I've drafted a lot of him.
I know we kind of, we joke about projections and stuff, but with Brees, I've honestly been kind of ignoring them all offseason, just thinking, well, I think the pass catching role is there. I think the projections are a little bit off. But if you just look at, again, this is just like Mike Clay. Mike Clay has Kenneth Walker 15-5, James Cook at 15.8 in terms of points per game. He has Breece Hall at 13.7, and that was before the preseason. That's just kind of his baseline projection, which puts him a lot closer to which puts him a lot closer to like DeAndre Swift, Aaron Jones than it does, the Kenneth Walker, Alvin Kamara, James Cook area. I'm pretty spooked, fellas. Like I was drafting a lot of him. Today in my rankings update, I put him. I've moved him closer to like Trevion Henderson, RJ Harvey than the like Kyron, James Cook, Kenneth Walker, Hampton area. Like I just
you say closer to Trevion Henderson. We just took Trevion.
Well, Henderson's
no,
going up.
I have Henderson ahead, but I'm just saying like when I'm talking about like, the underdog board.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. Like I'm done with this idea of like him between Hampton and James Cook. Like I'm pretty out on that. My bags are packed. I have to sleep with them, but like rest of the way, I'm pretty out.
I have tons of Breece, and if he falls into the 4-5 turn area, I'll probably start taking more again. Although this is kind of the same thing that happened to you when Hunter fell. Is like part of the reason why I've been taking so much Breece at the 3-4 is that I hate most of the options at the 3-4 underdog. So like if he falls to the 4-5, he'll just be going next to players that I like more anyways. So I don't even really care that much. I moved him behind Cook as we were talking today because I think Breece
behind Walker.
Breece at his peak is a better player than James Cook, but it's fair to question whether he is at his peak. And Liam's case on like if they have basically the same role, Cook's on the way better offense. Like it's a valid point.
I think like Breece obviously can be a league winner too, but like I barely drafted any because I've always preferred like Cook straight up. I preferred Kyron. I prefer Hampton. And, if you're being generous, like, well, who are the running backs who smashed last year? They were all attached to rushing quarterbacks. So you got Derrick Henry, you got Cook.
That was part of why I really liked Breece. I thought you'd get the efficiency boost from Fields.
You got Breece. Yeah, but I don't know. The vibes are weird, especially. And yeah, the Isaiah Davis, like, I was like, oh, well, he's on the team. Like, he might play some. But yeah, we could be overreading it. But he played a lot, and that's not great for sure. Okay. Cam Little goes, which is certainly a bust.
That sucks. Okay, we gotta go right now.
I think we should take Chargers defense for sure. They're a free look, and then we gotta figure out kicker. Sorry,
Little goes.
I looked him. I'm gonna take
like
Chargers defense.
Matt Gay seems like a pretty good option.
I don't know why, but my kickers are not displaying correctly. So I need you guys' help.
Oh, is Jake Elliott still there? That's a free look kicker.
Yeah, let's do that.
So let's do that. Let's do Elliott and Chargers.
Can you put him in the queue for me?
I did.
Yeah.
We might have to just refresh it.
Okay. Actually, I got him. Add the queue. All right. So we got Chargers D. Free look against the Chiefs. And then Jake Elliott. If anyone's confused how that works, you get to see how these players score if they play in the Thursday or Friday game, and then you can cut them if it doesn't go well. Let's talk about week 1 lineup, gentlemen. I think we're obviously starting Fields against the Steelers, revenge game. Although Trevor against the Panthers is tempting.
Oh, I would go Trevor there. That's a juicy matchup.
I mean, yeah, it is. It's quite close.
A Steelers Jets game might have 90 total plays.
Well, fair. Cook and Henderson.
that is just two slow, disgusting franchises who would like to just run 42 plays per game.
We're gonna go Cook and Henderson at our running back spots.
Puka,
Nico.
Wow,
I love
Miles Sanders free look, Liam. Miles Sanders free look.
Oh yeah, we get a bunch of free looks. Puka, Nico, George Pickens, also free look.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter, Loveland. Yeah. Assuming that
Goddard free look, so that makes
Liam on August 10th. Like I don't even week 1.
I'm just doing it for the chat, man. Just so they know who we're gonna start.
I just love it. Liam, when it comes to fantasy, is like I do like how
I grind edges, sir.
You grind you show the screenshots of like, yo, this is my May 4th team in the big board. Like, what's everybody thinking about the vibes here? Like, I truly do love like you fall in love with these teams.
I mean, I'm
sweating
I'm
the team.
win, sir.
Part of the reason why I love doing this every year is that like Liam Murphy is the most fun person to sweat a team with in the entire industry.
Yes.
Like in terms of just like how involved he is, how like personal he like gets with all of the players, like all of the little like motivational tactics that like we get going on in the group chat. Like it is just nobody grinds the edges more than Liam, and then like nobody makes it a more fun week to week experience to live through a team than Liam. Like it's just
nobody
it's just
lives and
incredible.
dies with their teams more than Liam.
Yeah.
I mean, for the people not hip, we had like first off, this is how like the messages usually go. It was Jacob and I talking at each other for like 40 minutes, and then we were like, Ron, thoughts? Nothing. And then they'd be like, Ron, thoughts? Nothing. Ron's like making the stream or something.
I'm making the thumbnail.
The best was at one point Liam puts in the chat, he's like, Jacob and I will not send any messages for the next 3 minutes so that we can get Ron's thoughts. And then Liam and I sent like 13 more messages before Ron got another one in.
No, I mean, honestly, like, look, I would have loved to get Trey McBride. I'm super happy to have Loveland. He just feels like such a smash. Like, I mean, the way this guy, like, just seeing him move on the football field, I'm like, my God, this guy is like the Nico of tight ends almost. You know, like he
like,
wins downfield.
Ron, you don't seem woke to it, but like, were you just watching the tape of him, Michigan split out against corners? Just like they're doing 3 wide receivers to one side, they're splitting Loveland on the other. Go in on a slant against the corner, and he's just toasting dudes. Like, guy is so fucking good.
I have a lot of Loveland. Like, don't get me wrong. I struggled to get there over Mark Andrews. Was really my only take.
I mean, but Mark Andrews had 55 catches last year, man. Like, that's not a good.
He was banged up. He was banged up.
The likely stuff
this year, he's gonna come back and be good.
Zay Flowers,
the likely stuff I
think
is pretty big deal for Andrews. I think
it's a massive deal.
But how long do you guys think likely's going to be out for?
It's not to me. It's not about how long he's going to be out. It's the lingering effects of foot injuries are scary.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I agree. Andrews could rebound. He could also be like, oh, last year was like a warning, and he got there on like mad touchdowns, you know? And I don't know, like getting Goddard the next round feels quite good because, again, like Higgins, Coleman. I mean, I like Ayuk, but I know not everyone does. Like these guys feel fine too, but they feel markedly worse than Golden.
Yeah, I'm really happy that
I'm happy we didn't double tap.
No offense to Ron, but I'm really happy that we didn't double tap the tight ends. Andrews over Loveland I would like less, but I would like more than the 2 tight ends because, yeah, I like that we ended up getting Goddard. I think we got lucky to get Goddard there, quite frankly. Like, he goes almost a full round after Ferguson and Kincaid, which I think is I think those 3 should go pretty close together. But yeah, the
how would you feel about passing on James Conner looking at it now? I think the team that took Conner should not have taken like 25 running backs like he did.
Yeah,
but for us, it was it was a close decision. Like we would have been going like Higgins over Sampson if we did that.
That's a good call from the chat, dude. Pickens at this pick is really nice. I've had a couple of drafts like the 4 or 5 turn, and I haven't even been able to get him to go to like the 5. So
he goes in the 4th often.
Yeah.
So let's play out the hypothetical. So if we take Connor over Hunter, we still need a tight end. There would have been no discussion of the double tap though. So we probably do Loveland and Golden still there. And then we probably take Higgins over Sampson. And then we probably take like Shaheed over Pitts, maybe.
Yeah, which also feels fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
So the real thing is going to be, well, first off, if Henderson and Cook are just locked in starters, like who cares? You know, like we're starting wideouts over running backs.
I love that the record keeping for this draft is just going to be me with the boomer of Andrews over Loveland, and then I don't know. I folded on the Connor over Hunter. I don't even really want. I don't want anything there.
I'm shocked. Like FFPC is known for running backs. I'm shocked where would you guys would have been on at Harvey versus Hunter? I still like Hunter, but that's. I mean, it's
I like. I think I have Connor over Harvey.
I think I would have still been Hunter.
Let me take a look. My most updated rankings, which in fairness, I update my BBM rankings very meticulously. My FFPC ones, I'm going to update more, having now just done one. But I have them Yeah, I have Hunter the highest. I have Hunter at 48. I have Connor 54 and Harvey 55.
Yeah, I have Connor one spot ahead of Harvey too, but I don't know. I think he played like 8 snaps with the starters in
Yeah.
that preseason game.
I moved
and
Harvey way up after that preseason game. I
Yeah.
had him like a full round behind Connor before that. I had
think
Harvey behind Hubbard and Kamara before that preseason game. And
I quite like our last 3 running back picks: Tucker, Sanders, Pierce. Like we might be cutting 2 of those guys, maybe all 3, but they kind
you're
of
gonna
feel
learn to
like,
love Dylan Sampson. You're gonna learn to love him.
hey man, I have not drafted him a single time this year. So if he's a
Really?
hit, I hope he's a hit with us.
Really?
I know every analyst loves him, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just not afraid of like Browns maybe RB1 punishing me.
Is it a pure Browns thing, or is it just like you didn't like him coming out? Or
It's mostly Browns. I also think like the market reading it as that like Judkins is a square 0 is like probably wrong. Like I tend to like buy fear dips. So like I'm taking Judkins at pick 200. Okay. And then yeah, I do think Ford is like hashtag good. And also it's just like it's hard for a player to punish you, you know, and like in those rounds, I'm typically taking like wideouts anyways. And then I like a lot of running backs to have more upside than Sampson. Like I like Grendo still. I like Tootin still. Like obviously the injury
like
to
Tootin.
like Grendo, White, etc. is gonna change things, but I don't. And then Sampson's just getting really expensive.
Garendo guy. I'm not as much of a Garendo guy, but I definitely am a Tootin guy. Like I've drafted Tootin. Well, partially it's that I wasn't really drafting Sampson much before all the Judkins stuff came up. So I don't have as high of a percentage, but yeah, I like Tootin a lot. Like that to me was like I would have been totally happy with any of Sampson, Tootin, or Bigsby.
You were really into Achane his rookie year, Jacob. I remember. So like,
Yeah,
do you see similarity? Like obviously their speed is similar. Tootin's bigger. Do you see similarities to Tootin and Achane?
I mean, I liked Achane's film better. So like he was a player that I like. Tootin has been an interesting ride for me because in the pre-draft stuff, I was actually a little low on him compared to some people who were like huge on him. Like I think he was my pre-draft RB10. And some of the other people had him up, 6, 7. But I love the landing spot. And I did think he was a really high upside prospect. So I think that I'm definitely in on Tootin. Like I have 28% buy shell Tootin on Underdog Fantasy. I'm not a Tootin fader by any stretch of the imagination. I just think it's a little bit crowded, and I like Sampson more as a player, and it's a cleaner path, and it's weighing the path and the player versus the situation around the player. And I don't think it's not like I would be Sampson over Tootin every single time. That would be one where, like, if I was faced with this decision 3 times, I might do Sampson twice and Tootin once. So I am in on Tootin. I'm in on that whole group, like that blue, basically from Scatabo,
like blue and
Blue
Tootin.
to Sampson to Tootin. I like all those guys.
To me, it's just like when I was like, hey guys, send some late round guys. Tootin was on my list as a guy I want. Just like, he's a quintessential like, this is upside staring us in the face. We don't even like, okay, at worst case, he's like a guy who gets like 6 touches and you're just looking for home runs like rookie year Keaton Mitchell. Okay, that's not startable. But maybe they are trying Travis Etienne for trade. Like it doesn't, like they're not attached to Etienne. Yeah. They drafted Tootin and they were like high-fiving in the room, like, oh my God, we got this guy. So it's like, to me, it's like, man, this is like we should have had, but I don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong.
I'm gonna have Tootin. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of Tootin. I'm gonna have a lot of Tootin. I feel like we're all gonna have a lot of Tootin. I'm
not doing a lot of mains, so that's why I just want Tootin in the main.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'm definitely in on the Tootin bet, and I probably will have him on some mains. So not so I apologize for that, but yeah, it's just a tough call for me. I guess on this team specifically, I'm looking at it as we wind up our running back room, like Henderson, I feel obviously great about. We took him at the 401, but we don't really have a reliable RB3. And Henderson, like there's paths where he's not that startable early in the season. So yeah, I just thought on this specific team, the appeal, and Like I don't want to pretend Jerome Ford doesn't exist. It's possible that Samson does just stay behind Jerome Ford. It's totally possible, but I think that there's a chance that Samson is like starting over Trevion Henderson for us in week 2, or that one of Henderson or Cook gets hurt, and we're playing Samson for a month. I think that Tootin's path to being a hit early in the season is something I believed in a lot more in June, and I really struggle to see right now. But I totally believe that he could be a massive hit in the last half of the season.
He looked good. I mean, he played late into the preseason game, but he looked good.
He did look really good.
That's my take on Samson as well, is I think the early season upside is there. And I think that there's also upside that he's just really good.
Like, I did not feel as confident in Jalen Wright coming out of Tennessee as I did in Samson.
I was going to add with the HN too and stuff is like HN was such a unique opportunity, man, where like it was just like day 2 draft capital was very clear that he was good, and he was only behind Raheem Mostert on like a fun McDaniel offense. I feel like I don't get me, like I'm drafting a lot of Tune. I tweet about Tune all the time. Like I have him on a lot of teams. He is in managed. He is. I think Tune's a guy I think we would have had some really tough conversations with, and like I'm just saying there's a downside scenario where there's some tough conversations with Tune in like week 7.
We might have tough conversations about Samson.
Yeah, for sure.
I would tank over Samson too, because I think if Tank hits, it's like a mirage of Bucky a little bit. Like not getting a ton of pass game work, but just like super efficient on the ground.
I'll also say though with HN, like you can find tweets of mine on Devon HN at like his second year at Texas A&M. Like he was more of just like I've loved this player
SEC
from like when he was 19 years old. Like he was like a guy that I was like taking in like Devy drafts. So it was more conviction than I have with Tootin, who I think is like a really fun upside player. But like if someone was to be like Bishal Tootin actually is just bad, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I can see that. But I'm super enticed by the upside. I mean, it's funny because like I like both of these players way more as players than Jaden Blue. I'll put it this way: if the Cowboys had taken
Tootin,
Dylan Sampson or Bishal Tootin ahead of Jaden Blue, I would take those guys in like round 6, round 7. Like Jaden Blue, I think is like kind of a nothing, but I'm just so disgusted by the Cowboys backfield that like anyone with any sort of speed and juice is pretty darn interesting.
And before we go, you're gonna kill me for this, Liam. You're gonna kill me for this, but Tune goes at the 11:09. I thought there was a small chance he could come back.
Oh my god!
Ron.
That makes me feel physically ill. For people who don't know, Ron looks at a sample of like 15 drafts, and
31,
and he loves his ADP. So like when a player is like a little bit past ADP, he's like, well, we might be able to get this guy later. This guy goes here, and
you were saying the same thing with Golden.
Like I tell Ron, I want you to field in your loins. Like I want the guys you want. I don't want it to be the ADP. No one's doing a million main events, right? You didn't need to tell me that.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it. I appreciate you guys, sharing this main event with me. I enjoy doing these a ton.
This is the winner, gents. This is the winner.
This is the best I've felt about one of these in a while that we've done. This is maybe the best one we've done so far. We'll see how it plays out. I'm open to really whenever you guys want to come on the channel to co-host redraft managed teams. You guys are always welcome. I'm trying to think of how we're going to sign this off. We got 3 of us here. We're coach reading on Liam's, but I had a blast. I'll have a video out tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow. I stream every day from now until kickoff. Make sure you leave a like on the stream, subscribe, and I'll kind of give the floor to I'll pass it off to our co-host here, Liam, who could then pass it off to Jacob, is how I've decided.
Yeah, I'll have updated ranks tomorrow. We'll have I put the managed ranks together, so I'll have that on site as well. Wanted to get through this draft I was looking forward to. I'll be streaming a bunch until kickoff as well. Going to be mostly evening and night streams for me for the rest of August. Jacob?
I have 2 pieces out late Friday night. The first one was substantive. It was part 1 of my preseason Hitchhiker's Guide. I went deep into the Lions, Falcons, and Eagles backfields. Talked up Will Shipley, who we just drafted on this team. And basically the idea was, who do I think should be your RB1 if you have one team in a redraft league? My choice was Jahmyr Gibbs. You can find out why on that piece. And then I also wrote just a purely funny piece, basically just doing ship chasing bits, where I organized the player pool into the political axis of slappiness. Shockingly, that one has gotten a lot more engagement than the substantive running back analysis piece. But if you like the substantive analysis, I will write the rest of the preseason Hitchhiker's Guide. Basically, I'll have a piece going out every few days until the season starts. And I have best ball rankings up there. I have dynasty rankings up there. And I will admit the redraft rankings, they've been a little bit neglected. Hard for me to know exactly how to get a feel for it. Now that I just did a main with my blood, sweat, and tears, it's gonna be a big update on that after kind of getting more of an understanding for the FFPC flow. So keep tabs on that. And pleasure being on with both of you guys as always.
All right, hell yeah. So that's gonna do it. And I'll see everybody in the next one.